Hi y'all. I had a pretty extraordinary experience today that I wanted to share with you. Right now I'm in my hotel room in Elefanios in Greece. And I came here for a really special reason that I wanted to share with you guys. So, a couple years ago, I had visited a psychic medium. So, I know that sounds a little crazy to some of you, but I just had some questions about certain things in my life that I felt like only a medium could help me with at the time. And I have to say, I was blown away and I got a lot of great insights that helped me in my life. And one of those was kind of the reason why I came here today. So, part of one of my readings, the psychic had mentioned that, I always live by the water. I'm a Pisces, I love the water, but I've had a couple bad experiences with it. And I have this fear of water, which, if those of you who know me know, I'm like afraid of drowning like nobody's business. Like, I can't even wash my face properly because I choke anytime the water hits my nose. And even when I'm taking a shower, I like cover my nose and don't put my full head in the water. And anytime I get in the pool and the water like goes above my heart, I just immediately start choking, which is like really bad. It's so embarrassing. My friend even tried to teach me how to swim and I got so scared, and the whole like few days after I was like having nightmares. So, but I need to get over this because several reasons which I explain why. Like, I can't do things that everyone else can do because I'm so afraid of like getting in the water, even though there's like amazing opportunities to like snorkel and scuba dive, and I'm having a little bit of FOMO right now, but that's okay. Anyway, so she had mentioned that in one of my lifetimes, and she was saying it's somewhere like in the Mediterranean-ish. She even said like maybe Italy or something like that. But I was basically around like 8 to 10 years old. Like, I was really young, but old enough to comprehend and realize what was happening. And essentially there were a series of earthquakes which caused a huge tidal wave, and it wiped out the whole town, or it submerged the whole town, and no one survived, including myself, obviously. And I remember as she said that, I'm like sitting in the chair and I'm like zoning out on what she's saying next, but I'm like remembering back to when I was young. I always had these nightmares where I'm like running from the waves. There's like a huge wave coming and I'm just like running away from it. And I just thought like everyone had those dreams. And I remember specifically they were from like 8 to 10, maybe even like 11, 12, like somewhere around there. And then they stopped. I haven't had those in years and years. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this why? Like, could this incident, be the reason why I'm having these crazy dreams, or dreams of a tidal wave like wiping me out, or and then I'm like dying and I wake up like from that feeling of getting too involved into the dream. Anyway, so she showed me things too, and I try to Google like underwater cities in the world. And there's a bunch. It's actually really fascinating to find what they all are. I'm sure they all have really crazy histories. And then I found there was like 2 or 3 that were in the Mediterranean, and I went through them. And one of them, which was in Greece, said specifically that a series of tidal waves caused this town to go underwater. Due to earthquakes. The earthquakes caused the tidal waves that caused the town to go underwater. And I was like, okay, interesting, very, coincidence maybe. And then thankfully luckily this British archaeologist had created a documentary about it. He discovered it in the 1980s, and has been going back doing different expeditions there, and modeling the city, and doing a lot of research on it. And what's really cool is, since the city went underwater, a lot of it is actually preserved, because it was never built over like a lot of other cities in ancient Greece or ancient Rome have. So it's pretty intact, everything under the sand. So using like 3D imaging and different things with sensors and stuff, in the documentary they create a 3D model of what the town would look like, which is called Pavlopetri. And when I saw that image, I like gasped. I couldn't believe it. The walls, literally the city was the exact place for my dreams. Like the walls, the streets, like as I'm running, I'm like, those are the walls. Like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that was it, and I found it. I mean, I knew I had to go, or in my heart, I just wanted to. Like, how often do you find the exact location of where you were potentially born in another lifetime? I mean, I strongly believe in reincarnation, so it wasn't even like that part of it wasn't a second, that I thought about it. I believe that, obviously I feel like I'm an old soul, and according to this place, which went underwater in 1000 BC, that confirms my old soulness if I was really there. So anyways, I finally just, I had some time off, or, I took some time off, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go, and I'm going to make it to Pavlopetri. And it's like, the moment that I landed, the craziest thing happened, that my taxi driver is from Alfoniosos, which is where Pavlopetri, modern day Pavlopetri, essentially is. And when I told him that I'm gonna go see it, that's why I came to Greece, he's like, what? I have never met anyone. I've never picked up anyone that wants to go there. And it's crazy, like, I feel like I'm the only Californian here, or that's been here in a while. Like, no one speaks English, so it's been a little difficult, especially in the Peloponnese. No one speaks English, so that's been a little tough. But hey, I made it here, and it's working out great, so no complaints. And I wish I could speak Greek, because the ladies are just so cute, and I want to be able to talk with them, but oh well. So what was I saying? Yeah, so finally, after like a crazy 8-hour bus ride where I missed my stop, it's all good. Yeah, they don't even tell you like what stop it is. They just like, everyone leaves, and I'm like, whoa, like, wait, was that my stop? Or like, they're just not really helpful. It could be because like, I don't speak their language, and they're like, who's this girl? Like, what the fuck? But anyways, I made it, and I have to say, like, immediately when I landed, I just felt this like pure love energy like enter my body. I felt so clear. It was the craziest experience. But I was so tired after my long bus ride that my first night I just, walked around the beach a little bit and then went to sleep. And then today I took a little excursion out to Pavlopetri, which is like actually really close from Alfoniosos, the island. It was like a 5-minute water taxi where you can see like the tips of Pavlopetri. You can actually see the ruins like on that tip. She was saying that it was a church or something like that, which I'm not sure, because I don't think 1000 BC there were churches, but anyways, it was some type of important building on top of a higher elevation, I'm guessing, than the rest of the town, since it still survived. And you could see in some parts the water first is so clear that you could see like remnants of the city below. And that's where my FOMO for scuba diving comes in, because like if I could do that, I could actually get up close and like see something, maybe even touch something. But just sitting there, I like tried to meditate, And I just felt this like, oh no, sorry, my computer almost went away. Okay, sorry. So as I'm sitting there like meditating, I just could feel this like warm energy like enter my body, and I just felt so connected in that moment. Like I felt my current and like my old self were like merging, and I could feel everything. Like I could feel all of my soul's experiences in one, and it was just like really warm, loving feeling. I felt so connected to myself. I was crying. I thought about like what my life would have been like as an 8-year-old there. What if, you know, I had survived? What would I have been like living there? And I'm sure I had a family, although I didn't really feel any connection to that. But just thinking about like what my life would have been like for my cute little 8-year-old self that I was in Pavlopetri before it sunk underground or underwater. And a bit of it was healing for me, because I think that maybe I had this fear of death, or, you know, I think a lot of us do, and in a way like kind of overcoming, like I kind of overcame that. It felt like that even though I had died, I'm still alive. Like my soul moves on, you know, like that physical body doesn't exist, but my soul has been around. And you know, I do believe that we're infinite and our souls are infinite. So it just kind of reinforced that for me, that here I am back as a Punjabi California girl, like visiting Greece. Like, did my soul, like, did I even think that I would do that? I mean, I had to have, something had to have pulled me here, because when I was there, it just felt like a check mark off of one of my life things that I had to do, had to accomplish. Because now I just feel calmer. I feel like, all right, I'm good. I'm good now in a weird way. So I'm still here on El Fañosos. I spent the rest of the day journaling and just really taking it all in. I wish I could stay here longer, but I gotta go to Santorini tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. But I just wanted to share this story, and I look like shit when my PJ is getting ready for bed, but I just thought it would be interesting. And I know the quality on my Mac is not nearly as good, but yeah, I hope you found that interesting. I'm curious, like, if you ever feel like you know, live somewhere, if you have dreams like how I had, or you really are, you know, pulled to one place, I would say my advice would be like, look into it, especially if you've had vivid dreams. And, you know, your heart, it's like this warm feeling in your heart that you feel, which like kind of feels random, but maybe it's not random, follow it. But anyways, please like message me. I'm like really curious to talk about it, if you are willing to share kind of where you think you might be from. I mean, we have to be in the present, of course. I don't know, but it's I feel like I was really lucky to have this experience. Like, I can't believe it, how amazingly connected my soul felt and how I feel right now to all of my lifetimes or myself is just really amazing. So yeah, all right, I gotta go to bed because I have to wake up early, but just wanted to share. Bye guys.